Hey everybody, welcome back to more reviews, and today we're going to do a special episode on the 2017 Oscars. It's October now, we still have a long way to go, but I'm going to go ahead and do some early predictions on who I think is going to win. So we're not going to dip too much into, every nomination for every category, but we're going to do the main categories from Best Picture down to Best Foreign Film, and I'm going to give you a little bit about some of the nominees and my bold predictions as to who I think is actually going to take home the trophy. We're going to start off with the biggest award of the night, which is Best Picture, and there's quite a few names being thrown around. We got Arrival, La La Land, Moonlight has found its way in there, Manchester by the Sea. Also, some safer choices like Sully from Clint Eastwood. There's also a couple movies that no one's really seen yet, like Fences and Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. Now, most of these movies I've still yet to see, so this is just kind of based on what I've been hearing and what I think based on, the Academy's past. Based on the Academy, right now, La La Land is super Oscar bait. I mean, it's got two people that everyone loves right now. You got Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone back together again. And it's also, they've shown recently that they favor these throwbacks to the past, with Chicago winning and The Artist also previously winning Best Picture. With this category, I'm actually going to make kind of a bold prediction. La La Land is not going to be my prediction. I am going to predict that the winner for Best Picture will be Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. This movie has yet to really be seen by audiences yet. It'll make its premiere in New York Film Festival in a couple days, and the really intriguing thing about this movie is the way it was filmed, and also I'm hearing a lot of stuff that seems really interesting about how it's going to be using 3D in a brand new way, combined with coming from Ang Lee, who's been great in the past and also been loved in the past by the Academy with, Brokeback Mountain and Life of Pi, but he's yet to win Best Picture before. So this is my prediction. Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk is going home with Best Picture. All right, next is Best Director, which usually is just kind of to an extent, a cut and paste of Best Picture, just kind of over into Best Director. And I think I'm sticking with my guns on this one. I think you're going to get some of the same nominees. You're going to get Damien Chazelle, I think, is going to get a nomination. Clint Eastwood will get one for Sully, most likely. Don't leave out one big long shot. Well, not a long shot, but one big question mark, because no one's seen the movie yet, is whenever Martin Scorsese makes a movie, I mean, whether you've seen it or not, he's usually going to be considered a possible frontrunner. And depending on how that movie plays, he could be right up at the top of this list. However, for my prediction, I'm sticking with Best Picture, and I'm going to put Ang Lee for Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk as the Best Director at the 2017 Oscars. All right, now into Best Actor. The big frontrunners right now, as far as I know, are Ryan Gosling for La La Land, and the biggest frontrunner is Casey Affleck for Manchester by the Sea, and he seems to be, kind of at the top of that category by himself right now. But again, I'm feeling, fun today, making bold predictions, and I actually think the winner coming at the end of the year is going to be Denzel Washington for Fences. I think, I've seen the trailer and it just looks like complete, let's just give Denzel a bunch of scenes where he can just basically be Denzel. Lots of, yelling and, intense facial features. And, it's Denzel Washington. He's one of the greatest actors, of our time. And I think the Academy would love to give him his third Academy Award. Best Actress, I think we're going to go ahead and throw Emma Stone in there. We'll probably get a nomination, just as her co-star Ryan Gosling probably will. I think the rest is just going to be, littered with some familiar faces, from Amy Adams, who I think, has been working her way towards a win for a while now, as well as Viola Davis, who was recently nominated for The Help. But I think the big front runner here, in my opinion, and because the Academy, loves performances like this, they usually award biopics pretty strongly, and Natalie Portman that has recently gotten an Oscar, and I think she's going to get her second Oscar for her portrayal of Jackie. Jackie Kennedy is someone that I'm kind of surprised hasn't had a biopic yet, and I mean, Natalie Portman is the perfect choice for her, and I honestly think she's going to run away with this one. Okay, Best Supporting Actor. Right now, not too much of competition in this one, as well as the Best Actress category. But right now, one front runner that is kind of exciting is Mahershala Ali from Moonlight, which is a smaller movie, and that would be great to see someone like him win. Then also, I've heard some stuff about Peter Sarsgaard as Bobby Kennedy. Seems like an interesting pick. He's someone who hasn't been around as much lately, but I've always really liked him and everything he's in. Jeff Bridges for Hell or High Water, which is a movie that I enjoyed but didn't love quite as much as a bunch of other people. But, the Academy loves Jeff Bridges. I expect a nomination, but not a win there. My prediction for the winner for Best Supporting Actor is for a movie that no one's seen yet, but I think it's going to be either Adam Driver or Liam Neeson for Scorsese's Silence. Andrew Garfield also is in this movie. I think he's getting pegged more as the lead, but I think one of these two guys is definitely going to take home the supporting actor trophy. All right, on to Best Supporting Actress. I think, as far as I know right now, things may develop, but I think this category seems like, I'm going to say, pretty much a lock. I think Michelle Williams for Manchester by the Sea will be the winner. She's been nominated previously. The Academy loves her. This seems like a scenery-chewing performance where she can really show off her chops. Other names floating around are Kristen Stewart for Billy Lynn, which, I mean, who knows how much screen time she really has or what is going on there, but, it's another name I'm hearing. And another interesting one is, again, the supporting cast for Moonlight getting some talk here with Naomi Harris, which would also be really nice to see. One of the most interesting categories this year is the Best Animated Feature. I think this is probably the most stacked year for this category in a long, long time. I'd say you got like 7 movies that could easily be nominated or even possibly win. We have Pixar coming back with Finding Dory, as well as Zootopia, The Red Turtle, Kubo and the Two Strings, Moana, Sing, and also Trolls. I would say The Red Turtle is, the Ghibli entry this year that a lot of people are having great things to say, but I don't see it coming through with a win. I also don't think Finding Dory is going to come through with a win. As much as it was loved and it did well at the box office, it didn't get quite as good as reviews as Finding Nemo did. Moana and Trolls have yet to really be seen, and they could, come in the next month or so as big frontrunners. But right now, I think the animated movie that most people have talked about throughout the year, as well as applauded for having a social message in a children's movie, and my prediction is going to be Zootopia. I really enjoyed Zootopia. I thought it was a great kids movie, and, of course, had a lot of stuff that adults could find to enjoy as well, and a message that, children could also understand. Okay, on to Best Documentary. I think the front runners right now are coming down to, actually 2 are Netflix movies. We have Amanda Knox as well as The 13th. The 13th, I think, is a huge front runner. It's the Ava DuVernay, her new film basically about how slavery has basically continued through our prison systems in America. This movie's getting a lot of buzz, a lot of talk. I recently watched it. You should check it out too. It is very good. There's also Life Animated, which is about a young autistic man, and it traces back to his childhood as well as now, and shows how he used Disney films to basically cope with his autism. It's a really good movie that you should also check out. When it comes to predicting the winner, part of me is leaning towards The 13th. I feel like that's the one people are going to want to go with and latch onto. And my pick for the winner, I feel, is going to get looked over just due to its incredible length, but I'm still sticking with it, and I'm still predicting that it wins because I just can't imagine them giving it to anything else. OJ Made in America is my choice for Best Documentary Feature. It was technically, I know, a miniseries on ESPN, but it did play at theaters, so it does qualify, and this is one of the best documentaries I've ever seen, period. And it really should win. The 13th was great, Life Animated was great, but this is just on a whole nother level. Okay, the last category is Best Foreign Language Film, and there's still a lot to be seen from this, and I really haven't seen much of it yet, which, I feel ashamed to say, but I'd say my predictions come down to pretty much two movies, either Elle or Toni Erdmann, and I'm going to predict that Elle, the new Isabelle Huppert thriller, is going to take home the trophy.